Real estate team, your Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Ambassador Real Estate Company. My name is Mark Wehner, the team leader at Champions Real Estate Team. So joining you from the old Rocky Mountain National Park here today. So got a chance to quick and jump on and give our what's going on in the real estate market. Quick tip that I have for today. Actually last week, right before I got out of town, I went to the Washington County Assessor's Office and dropped off our property valuation protest on there. So when I was talking to the ladies at the office there, great folks there, they were just telling me that the tornado victims, a lot of them have not come in to kind of protest their value. If your home has been damaged, which in turn affects the value of the house, basically you can get your property taxes reduced by just filing a formal protest. Ultimately, they come out and look at the property. So I know I have friends and stuff like that I need to reach out to and just make sure I think next week is the last week to file that protest. So just go in there, say, hey, my house got hit by a tornado. I have tornado damage. I have this, and this, whatever happened at your house, unfortunately. But if that can knock off $500,000 on your property taxes, obviously that's going to help save you a little bit, especially if your house is going to be rebuilt. And then ultimately they'd come back out and probably reassess it when it's fully completed in that sense. So that's a quick tip for today. So let's jump in and see what's going on in the real estate market. So I know houses are still moving and all that good stuff, but let's see here. Over the last 7 days, we had 556 new listings go live, 398 new contracts written. So we're still kind of almost at that one in, one out a little bit. So we're still seeing some pretty good activity, 477 new homeowners this last week. So congratulations to them. So yeah, like we said, we're kind of in that peak season. Ultimately, the Caldwood Series going on this week. So I mean, sometimes we'll see what the market does next week. But I know I still got clients that are out there looking at houses, thinking about getting their houses ready and all that stuff. And as we come into the 4th of July holiday, sometimes historically it slows down, but over the last couple of years it really hasn't. But over my 16 years, my computer's gonna blow away here. So here we go. Let's take a look at 30,000-foot view here. Let me stop sharing this one. Maybe computer's gonna work here. The service up here is a little spotty sometimes, so happy to be on with you guys. So over the last 7 days, we had 2,900, almost 3,000 homes on the market here. So that's gonna hit a new little high there. 1,805 new listings or active listings, sorry, in Douglas Sarpy County. And our existing inventory keeps creeping up there, which is great. We need that inventory out there for the home buyers. And I still say it's still a good market for those sellers out there, as you can see in the months of inventory down at the bottom here at 2.3. So new construction tipped up a little bit, about 920, about where we were at last week. Our average sold price went up about $2,000. It was 341 last week, and we're still going up about that average, about 4% over the last year. So still a great time to buy and sell. When I get back into town, I can happily obviously help you. But we do have the rest of the real estate, the Champions Real Estate Team, because we got boots on grounds per se, that are in the Omaha metro area. So give us a holler. You can still reach out to me. I still have my phone. Last night I restarted my phone and I got like 20 text messages. I don't know for what reason, I held them until I reset it. So, but yeah, appreciate everyone jumping in. Let's jump in with Russ Williams here and see what's going on in the mortgage industry. So how are we doing, Russ?
Doing pretty well, Mark. I don't have the beautiful scenery to look at that you do, but I am looking at a lot of pre-approvals right now. And
Yeah.
mortgage rates have come down just a little bit. The market is really primed. The mortgage market is really primed for rates to drop. Everybody wants to see lower rates. And as we've talked about every week, Mark, if rates happen to move downwards, that's going to pull more people off the fence to want to buy homes. And that's going to put upward pressure on home prices and possibly increase the likelihood that you're competing with multiple offers. So again, Mark had mentioned that his team is ready to help you. They've got boots on the ground in Omaha, and Mark can help even from Colorado if need be. But this is still a good time to get out there and buy a house. In the event that we do see rates drop, we'll refinance that thing down the road. You likely will have picked up enough appreciation in your home to cover the cost of the refinance, and but you're going to owe less because you bought it for a better price. So having said that, 30-year fixed rates are likely to move back below 7% without paying points again here. And we're seeing the government loans under 6.5% without points and possibly even moving lower. So give us a call if you have any questions or would like to get pre-approved. We'd love to help you.
Yeah, awesome. Well, that's kind of all we got today. So just a reminder, seriously, if you've had any tornado damage that is going to essentially affect that property's value, seriously, go file a protest at your respective, Douglas County, Sarpy County, anything like that you do have property damage and that sort, that will hopefully they can come out and take a look at that. I know Washington County's pretty on the ball. I went in there last week and like, oh, we can be there on Monday, like, this last Monday. And I'm like, I'm going to be in Colorado. So, but even when you're filing a protest, they're going to come out and look at your house. I know Douglas County, obviously with a larger population base in that county, they're not necessarily going to come out every single time and look at your house. But if you're in those smaller densely populated communities, they're great. They come out, they walk through my house in 2021 when I filed my last protest, and they ended up getting mine lowered down based off what was at the property. So because they don't, they're just doing a blanket. I remember when I walked in there, they're kind of funny, like, well, how we increase, why we increase the properties, it's the recent sale values. And I'm like, yeah, and obviously being in real estate, I'm very in tune with what that kind of all entails. And so, but in our subdivision, the average days on market was 74 days in our market, in our subdivision, and the average in our county was 23 days. So I'm like, well, looking at the market in our specific subdivision, there's evidence that we can hopefully file a protest to reduce it. Now, some cases you don't have that evidence, and it is what it is. Obviously, the market's been going up, recently and stuff like that. So you don't really have, evidence to back your protest to drop that down. So, but anyways, appreciate you everybody jumping on here. Sorry if I'm like squinting, got the sun in the eyes here, but and if you have any questions, give us a holler, 42672-7670, or Russ at 290-8936, and we will catch up with